Howdy folks, I'm Swell Swimsuit, serenely swimming through saline seas.
I'm Amber.
And here are more saline seas for us to swim through, or just the tears of all the Redditors. Let's get started. Alright folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling My Fiance that I'll wear makeup for the wedding if he does? I'm a 26-year-old female and I do not wear makeup. I experimented with it when I was a teen, but I hate the way that it feels on my face, and I just don't really see a point. My face is my face, and I think it's a good one. My fiance, a 26-year-old male, has never complained and has always said that I look beautiful without makeup. His mother and sisters think that it's weird, but no longer comment on it, as I drew a very firm line in the sand about it early on. We are currently deep in wedding planning. I'm picking out a dress and I'm making arrangements for a hairstylist and such for the big day. My mother-in-law said that she would call a friend of hers that is a wonderful makeup artist and would probably cut us a deal. I said no thanks, I wasn't planning on makeup for the wedding as I would never wear it. She tried to insist that I would regret not wearing it when I saw the photos, but I held firm. I've seen myself in prom dresses and other fancy occasion pictures and have never wished that I had worn makeup. The most I'm going to do is get a spa treatment so my skin looks the best. This upset my mother-in-law and got my fiance involved. He asked if I would just wear makeup for the ceremony and the pictures. I told him that I want to look at my pictures and see me. He said that it would still be me, just the best version of me. You just won all of the husband points. Which made me mad, I'm not going to lie. So I asked him if he was going to wear makeup to look the best version of himself, and he said no. So I told him that I will make him a deal. The only way that I would wear makeup is if he also wore makeup, tit for tat in a masculine style. I will wear lipstick, he wears lipstick. I wear foundation, he wears foundation. His can be completely neutral, but he has to wear it for the day and do the test run and everything for the style that he wants. He said that I'm being unreasonable, but he couldn't come up with a reason why the pictures would look better if I wore makeup, but not him. So he stormed off. Sister-in-law sent me a text telling me that I was delusional if I didn't think that I needed makeup and just to get over it for a single day. Most of my girlfriends are on my side, and the world's best maid of honor is ready to throw hands. Some people think that it's usual to wear makeup for formal occasions, and I'm being precious about it. My brother thinks that my conditions were emasculating to my fiance. Am I the jerk here? Alright folks, what do you think?
Nope, absolutely not the jerk. It was completely fair. But honestly, I feel like this is a bigger issue in the relationship if he's willing to take his mom's opinion over OP's.
Yeah.
She's very clearly happy as she is, and as her partner, he should respect that and support her looking the way she wants on their wedding day.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is really a matter of preference, right? Some people like makeup, some people don't. There's nothing wrong with liking makeup, and there's nothing wrong with not liking makeup. And I'm glad that OP's fiance claims that she looks beautiful without makeup, but I'm starting to wonder if that's actually the case, given his comment about how you just should be your best self, right?
Right, it's one of two things. Either he does really have a preference he hasn't spoken about, or he values his mom's opinion more than OP's, and neither one of them spells well for the relationship.
No, it really doesn't. So, I don't know. I think maybe couples counseling and putting the wedding on pause for now. And if things don't improve and he can't grow a spine against his mother, then maybe it's not the actual relationship that OP thought it was. And that's awful because I know that they're already deep inside the planning of the wedding, but it's never too late to turn around, right?
Right, and better to figure out now before they're legally bound to each other.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that this is like the end of all things. Like sometimes weddings do strange things to people and make people stress out in ways that they normally wouldn't. And hopefully this is just a rare instance of him being just overstressed and taking too much of what his mother has to say in hand and not listening to his fiance. Which isn't good, but hopefully it isn't like a larger trend that for the future. But it's hard to say. Who knows? But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Hella Kitty says, your fiance said that you need to wear makeup on your wedding day to be the best version of you, and you're still marrying him? Big yikes. And OP replies, I'm considering. He's been really great up until we started planning the wedding. But I'm pretty mad about the best version comment, and he has yet to apologize. I'm not very impressed with how he's been referring to his family since the planning started anyways, but his mom has especially been nosy and pushy, so I can understand that this is a stressful period in time. If he apologizes for the comment and we have a productive talk about boundaries that results in him putting his foot down with his mom and sister, it's salvageable. If he's not willing to do that, the wedding is off and probably the relationship. At this point, I may be throwing a "Whew, that was close" gala. We'll see. Well, at least OP will still be able to use the party for something. And Clarice Sabrina says, for a marriage to work, both parties need to be able to reasonably compromise, and it doesn't seem like you have any desire to compromise to please your husband, who will be your life partner. A reasonable compromise would have been only clear lip gloss and brown or clear mascara, not "you also need to wear a full face of makeup." I'm sure I'll get downvoted anyways, but if my future husband wanted me to wear a little makeup on our wedding day, I would not object to that. My husband got a crown of flowers and a necklace of flowers placed on his head and neck at our wedding and smiled through it because it made me happy. Being married means making sacrifices that make your partner happy. Perhaps you should consider if you are not ready to be married yet, or if this is not the right person for you, since you have no desire to compromise reasonably with him on something he asked for you. All right, folks, what do you think of this? I mean, compromise is an important thing in wedding and marriage.
Yeah, but there's a difference. Like, it's one thing about compromising about a color scheme or something like this, but this is how OP presents herself.
Yeah.
She should not have to compromise about how she presents herself on her wedding day. You know, and like, why is it wrong to ask him to do the same? Like, if he can make a request of her, shouldn't she be able to make the same request of him?
Well, I think it's also important that when you are getting married, you're getting married to that person, right? And OP has made it abundantly clear that makeup is not a part of her, right? She does not want to wear makeup. She has no desire to wear makeup. And she hasn't been hiding this. She's been very upfront about it. So a compromise, there is no compromise on how much makeup. It's either like you're either wearing makeup or you're not wearing makeup, right? So certainly, like, I think the poster has a point that maybe if OP was comfortable with a little bit of makeup, then a little bit of makeup would be, a reasonable thing, right? But to say that OP is being unreasonable for choosing to not to wear makeup at all, I really don't see it, because I feel like this is something that OP has made abundantly clear already.
Right, they're asking OP to compromise on something that's a fundamental part of her.
Yeah. So I don't think this is a matter of compromise in this particular case. I think this is just OP's husband wanting to exercise his will.
Right, and it's not even really compromise. I used the wrong term there. It's concede. She has to concede something.
Yeah. And OP replies, "You are assuming a lot. The entire wedding is a compromise. I didn't want a formal traditional wedding. He did. So the compromise for him is getting that style of wedding. The big white wedding dress is a compromise for him, on my dime. What do you reckon his compromise in the situation should be, since he has mostly the way that he wants it already?" And I mean, I think, again, like, that's all important information here, right? And OP is showing that they are compromising. They're trying to do stuff for their partner, and it's one of these give an inch, take a mile situations.
Right, I'm not getting warm fuzzies about the relationship if he is, like, calling all the shots, he and his family.
All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, "Am I a jerk for uninviting my future mother-in-law from my wedding because she won't follow our rave dress code?" I'm a 26-year-old female, and my fiance, a 27-year-old male, and I have been avid ravers for years. We met at a music festival, and it's a huge part of our lives. Naturally, we wanted our wedding to reflect our passion, so we decided on a rave-themed wedding. We're asking all of our guests to wear rave attire. Basically, the style is bright colors, fun accessories, and generally a bit of revealing clothes for both genders. Most of our friends and family are really excited about the theme. They know us well and understand how much this means to us. However, my future mother-in-law, a 55-year-old female, is not on board at all. From the moment that we announced our theme, she has been very vocal about her disapproval. She insists that weddings should be formal and traditional, and she refuses to wear anything other than the classic dress and heels. She has specifically mentioned that she doesn't want to wear anything revealing, but we reassured her that she could opt for something more modest like shorts and a tank top, as long as it fits the colorful, fun theme. Mother-in-law didn't offer a compromise. She said that she would wear a bright or neon-colored long dress. While I appreciate the effort, I feel like the traditional dress, even in a bright color, would still stand out too much and not fit in with the rave attire. We want everything to be comfortable and fully embrace the theme, and we worry that her outfit would look out of place. My mom, a 43-year-old female, is fully on board and has already planned her rave outfit, so I don't think that it's too unreasonable to expect mother-in-law to do the same. I told my fiance that if she can't respect our wishes for our own wedding, she shouldn't come to the reception. We were willing to have her attend the ceremony and the cocktail hour in her preferred attire, but the reception will be full-on rave vibe, and we feel that she just won't fit in unless she embraces the theme. He's honestly torn because he really loves the theme and understands why it's important to us, but he also doesn't want to exclude his mother from such an insignificant day. He's tried talking to her, but it doesn't help. My future sister-in-law, a 28-year-old female, has sided with her mom, saying that we're being unreasonable and that we should accommodate her since she's the mother of the groom. She's even hinted that other family members might feel uncomfortable and pressured to conform to a dress code that they don't like. I know not everyone will be 100% comfortable, but I personally don't feel comfortable in formal dress and heels, and I have to wear it for everyone else's wedding. I think that it's expected that you sacrifice your own preferences a bit for the couple's special day. This has caused a lot of tension, and I'm starting to feel guilty. I don't want to be the person who excludes family from our wedding, but I also feel strongly that our wedding should be about us and our personalities. We've compromised on a lot of things already, but this is something that really matters to me. So am I the jerk for telling my future mother-in-law that she can't come to our wedding reception if she won't follow the dress code? All right, folks, what do you think?
Yes, OP is absolutely the jerk here. Gotta ask yourself, what matters more, people or pictures? At the end of the day, it should be having your loved ones there. Now, it sounds like mother-in-law has offered a perfectly reasonable compromise. She's willing to go along with the color theme. She just doesn't want to wear what she considers skimpy clothes, and that's understandable. People have different levels of comfort about what type of clothing items to wear.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly think that this is a level of comfort type of thing, and I think that on one hand they're saying, oh, we want everyone to be comfortable, but on the other hand they're saying we want this to be our highway or the highway, right? So those kind of two ideas don't really mesh. It feels like OP's trying to convince themselves that they want everyone to be comfortable while also not allowing everyone to be comfortable.
Right. Well, and this, well, I had to compromise, so you do, is really poor logic. Like, people should not force people to wear things they're not comfortable in general, And so it's unfortunate that OP has been forced to do this in the past, and in the going forward, maybe it's time to reevaluate whether, these events are worth going to or seeing if there are compromise options that could work.
Yeah.
But that doesn't give her a license to then turn around and do the exact same thing to other people, because it's not cool no matter who it's coming from.
Yeah. Well, do you think the mother-in-law is being a little bit unreasonable that she won't compromise and wear something a little less formal?
I mean, I don't think so. I would have a hard time going to a wedding in shorts and a tank top. It would feel really weird.
Well, what happens if she said, okay, well, I'll go in a blouse and pants or something like that? Would that be different? Do you if she wore a bright blouse and pants or something?
I mean, I personally think that themed weddings the theme should be optional for the guests. Trying to enforce a very stringent dress code on all the guests, I think in general is a bad thing. I understand having some basic dress code guidelines, but I don't like the idea of having everyone has to wear rave wear to a wedding, or everyone has to wear X, Y, or Z to a wedding.
Yeah. I want to tug out a thread for a second here. You said you wouldn't be comfortable wearing shorts and a tank top to a wedding?
It would just feel way too informal for me. It wouldn't really feel...
Well, I bet this is someone else's wedding day, though, right?
Well, it's fine if that's what they want, but I would have a hard time, because I will wear shorts and a tank top, but I don't know, I'd feel weird about, I like to dress up for weddings,
Yeah.
And...
I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with it, and I'm not saying that that is everyone's preference here. I mean, I understand where the mother-in-law is coming from, where she's like, I don't want to wear this, but I think maybe there is some room for some compromise here. A little bit, a little tiny bit, where she could wear something that maybe wasn't revealing, but wasn't like also so outside of the, their desired dress code type of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna respectfully disagree there because she wants to feel good on her son's wedding day,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not gonna. It sounds like feel good about herself if she's not wearing something semi nice. It doesn't sound like she's going like full on out like evening gown or something, but
Well, okay, let me ask this. What happens if she wore a wedding dress?
I
A
mean,
white wedding dress?
yeah, that wouldn't be cool.
I mean, I think that would be the way to go here. Compromises all around.
You
Compromise.
know.
Brian solves another problem. But let me know what you folks think. So, anyhow, take care. Good luck. Everyone's like, no, Brian. And so much for Eagle says, you're the jerk. She offered to compromise with bright or neon dress. But that still wasn't good enough for you. Asking her to wear shorts and a tank top might be a bit too far out of her comfort zone. She wants more coverage, so either help her find an acceptable outfit that she will be comfortable in, or let her wear what she wants. It's probably going to be darkish most of the time since it's a rave theme, so probably people won't notice or care what she's wearing. Is your mother-in-law the only one who has an issue? What about the other people? Do you have any grandparents or aunts or uncles invited? For party people, you sure are uptight. And arguing alt, don't dox me, says. Also, aren't raves supposed to be about acceptance and wearing whatever you want? Actually, if someone wore a full dress to a rave, there would be a bunch of people talking about how beautiful they are and wanting to take pictures. The mom will stick out a little, but no more than some crazy outfits that stick out at raves anyways. If she's willing to hang out with a bunch of half-naked youngsters, let her wear whatever she wants. I mean, I think that comment's really good and hits a lot of points. I don't know anything about raves, though.
Yeah, me neither. Other than that one Touched by an Angel episode.
Alright, folks, and our next letter is titled, I gave my very stoic roommate flowers. I couldn't believe his reaction. I'm a 25-year-old female, and I have a roommate, a 30-year-old male, who is the polar opposite of me in terms of personality. I'm very outgoing, don't really hold back with emotions, and chatty, whereas he's very reserved, not very emotional, and introverted, but we balance each other out very well. I knew it was his birthday, happened yesterday, and he told me not to bother with getting him anything for his birthday because all of his friends were out of town anyways, and he was just going to order takeaway and watch Netflix. I still want to do something, so after work I grabbed a pastry from a bougie bakery that we live near and got him a bouquet of tulips. I gave it to him when I got home, and I was honestly expecting him just to say thanks and go back to his room. Instead, he had a huge smile on his face, kept taking pictures of the flowers, and put it into his family group chat, and found a vase to put them in. He gave me a really long and tight hug and told me quietly, thanks, I needed this. Turns out this is the very first time anyone has ever bought him flowers. He spent the next 5 minutes moving the vase around the apartment trying to find the best spot for them. I nearly teared up and ended up leaving the room. Alright folks, what do you think?
Aw, that's so wholesome. I'm glad this worked out so well.
Yeah, it is very wholesome. I'm glad that OP was able to get them something that they really liked and appreciated. It's a nice birthday gift. Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke.
Matt, did you know that camping attracts 50 million in a year? Noah, people or mosquitoes?
What? What? I don't think I even caught what this even means. People are mosquitoes?
People or mosquitoes, like.
Oh, people or mosquitoes. I thought you said people are mosquitoes. And so the whole thing just like crunched into my mind because like it no longer like was a sentence. It just was like, there's something wrong here. And I have licorice spice. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy special Sunday, folks. I hope your Sunday is off to a special start. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it on acceptance.
Different people have different aesthetic preferences, and it's important to respect those.
I think that works. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye!